So lately I've been thinking about how I show up. And I think it really started or was prompted because I've known a couple of people in the last few weeks that I found out passed away. And so lots and lots of posts on Facebook and just condolences, but most of them were people just acknowledging how this person impacted their life. Like, it wasn't just, I send my condolences. There were stories and stories and stories. And beautiful stories, really beautiful stories. And I guess it got on my mind as to, what that you hope that when people speak of you, that they would speak of you in a way that impacts them, impacts them in the heart, not the mind, not that they just remember you, that they feel you, And so I've just been thinking about that lately. And I remember a few months ago, I was thinking along the same lines. I guess different things are happening then too. And I started thinking about how we, connect. And after thinking about it for a minute, it just came to me. And I remember thinking it had to do with your ego and how your ego actually shows up in spaces as to how people see you and how the impact you can have. So if your ego shows up in competition, then that's a competitive space. Like, when your ego shows up, you're generally competing for something, It doesn't have to be a competition. It's just that mentally, when your ego shows up, you're competing for something. You're going to start to defend something. You're going to start giving evidence. You're going to start laying out, this is my case, pleading your case, right? That acknowledgement. But when your soul shows up, you connect. It doesn't have to do with whether you're right or wrong, whether you're first, second, or third. That when your soul shows up, you connect with people. And I just noticed that the people that I've been noticing have, the comments that they're making are because these people showed up and they connected. They didn't compete. And I keep saying that the soul connects, your ego competes. So when you show up in different place, no matter what, when you're showing up for yourself and you're having a conversation and you're about to open your mouth, you're about to make a big decision, you're about to transition into something, ask yourself that question. What part of it is it coming from, your ego or your soul? Does this situation, would it be defined as a competition? What are you competing for and what are you trying to prove? If you're trying to prove something, it's competition. If you're showing up and you're trying to connect, you're trying to be with someone, with others, with a situation, that's your soul. That's your soul showing up. And that's a much better position. It's a much better feeling. It's a beautiful feeling.